Hi. Hello. Hi everybody. Hi. How are all my dearest degenerates doing today? Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hi, sorta. Hi, um, hi, Frog. I was trying to remember, um, um, cause, I have a distinct memory that, that one time you told me how to say it, and, and I was trying to remember. I was like, wait a minute, did he say Jim or Frog? Hmm. I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure you said Frog, so, yeah. Hi, Frog. Hi. Hi. I hope you're doing fantabulistic. I'm, I, hi, Miku Jess. Hi. Hello. Um, Frog, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I had to think. I had to think in my cerebral cortex for a bit and really be sure. Um, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. For the most part, yeah. I'm all right. A little bummed out about something. A little bummed out about something. I'll admit, I'm a little bit upset about something, but but I don't know what I can do to fix it. And it's because and it's because for whatever reason, for whatever reason, I posted about it on the Discord last night. For whatever reason, last stream, like the last stream that we did, um, it didn't save or something, or it didn't upload to YouTube properly, and as a result of that, it's not visible. Like it's there, I can see it there in my I can see it's there, technically, but like you can't watch it. It's weird. Not even I can watch it. It's very perplexing. And yeah, which and it kind of and it kind of stings because it was such a fun stream last time. Yeah. It was such a fun stream last night that it's a shame. It's a shame. But apart from that, I'm doing all right. Yeah. Um. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, beach beans. Hello, hello, hi. Hello, hi. I distinctly remember. I also distinctly remember last time that on the last stream I said that for whatever reason your name seems to change for me. Like every time I read it, it looks and sounds different. But yeah, hi. Um, I hope all of you degens. I hope all of you, all my Durst degenerates, are having a fantabulistic day. Yeah. Real quick. Is the music not too loud? Can you hear me? Okay. I think you can, but just to make sure. Um. Yeah. But yeah. Hello. Weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on about. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that because it says it's public and there's no restrictions. I didn't get any email or anything by YouTube or anything. And actually, when I look it when I actually look it up on my phone, it says it's still uploading. Like a week later, it's still uploading. So yeah, I think it's just stuck, and I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, the good thing is though, that problem didn't happen with Twitch, and so I technically downloaded the entire stream off of Twitch. Yeah, so I technically have it still, but unfortunately it's not visible. That's unfortunate. Hopefully you figure out what caused it. Can't hear any music currently. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you can't hear any music. Oh, yeah, there's kind of like there's kind of like in this specific song that I'm playing in the background, there's kind of like a very big gap where it's just no sound and then it just comes in out of nowhere. Yeah. Which you would think is a bad thing, but for whatever reason, somehow it's kind of had some comedic timing on it. It's kind of had some comedic timing on streams. Yeah, apparently. But yeah. So to kind of make up for that, that unfortunate disdainful incident, I decided that we're going to do a little bit of a little bit more of chat, a little bit more I decided that we're going to chat a bit more nonsense. I want to, and and maybe after a bit we can then continue with the what you call it, the silly spooky giantess game. Yeah. The forever changing name. I know. I know your name seems to change for me for some reason every time. I don't know if you're actually doing that or not, but yeah, like every time I read it it's different. Unfortunate. Wait, no, username of Theseus. Username of Theseus, the Theseus name. Let's go. I've heard that word before. Actually, what does that word mean? What does that word like reference? Because I've heard that word before. Theseus, Theseus. But I, it's kind of foggy. I don't really remember where it's from, but I have heard it. But I kind of like I don't remember the context of it. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, we're going to play a little bit of the we're going to continue the the spooky giantess game today. A little bit later on today on stream. Just for a little bit. We might even just play for just a little bit, but yeah. Yeah. I know, I, and I know that the idea of well, because we're going to continue a psycho giantess dating sim a little bit later in the stream, and I know that sounds like paradise to some people, but it's actually kind of unhinged in a lot of ways. The ship of Theseus is the ship of Theseus is a paradox about identity, questioning if an object remains the same if its parts are replaced over time. If a ship has every wooden plank replaced one by one, is it still the same ship? Oh right. Yeah, I've heard of that term before. I've heard of that before. Oh, okay. I knew about that, but I didn't know that was the word. I didn't know those two things were connected. You know, the word that word meant that. Okay, okay. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that before, where if it's like if something changes, if you change something, does it remain the same? Is it really the same? Yeah. Like if yeah. Like if like like if all of a sudden like if all of a sudden like if all of my like if all of a sudden my hair became normal and became like brown, am I still the same, and became brown or something, am I still the same researcher? Ooh. If you replaced if or if like if or like what do you call it, if you like replaced every brick in a house with titanium, is it still the same house? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I understand. The ship of Theseus myth. Yeah. Famous philosophical thought experiment. Oh, okay. Okay. I I understand. I understand. Um um what was I going to go on about? I was going to go on about something. Hmm. Um oh yeah. Um yeah. But yeah, spooky giantess game. Game. But oh, speaking of spooky games. Speaking of spooky games, I saw that there was what do you call it? I saw that there was a new Resident Evil game. I saw that. And I don't know if I'm just I don't know I don't know if it's just my crazy acting up on me. But when I saw that there was a new Resident Evil game, the what is it called? The Resident Evil Requiem. I kind of thought, wasn't there just a Resident Evil game like 4 months ago? Wasn't there just a new Resident Evil game like 4 months ago? And I kind of had like a what do you call it? I kind of had a I kind of had a kind of I kind of like was questioning existence. I was like, wait a minute, was it 4 months? Was it 5 months? Was it a year ago? No. No. It couldn't have been a year ago already. No, wait. And then I just kind of kept going back and forth. Yeah. um, Resident Evil. Wait. Resident Evil 8 was the latest before this, and it was in 2023, I believe. Wait. 2021 actually. What? Wait. 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 Really? Really? Or am I thinking of? Or am I thinking of an? Or am I thinking of another game? Oh gosh. Or am I thinking of another game? Because sometimes I have a bad habit. I don't know if any of you I don't know if any of you dearest degenerates also happen to have this happen, but I have the bad habit of I'll like confuse different things with each other. Like I might think that this thing is this thing when actually it's not this, when actually it's not, and it's in its own separate thing. um Gosh, really. Hmm. Then what was the one with the what was wasn't wasn't there a Resident Evil that took place like wasn't there a Resident Evil game that took place in Japan? Wasn't there? Like recently? Like I swear it was like only like 4 months ago or something. And then before that one, it was the one with the with it was the one with the big giantess woman. Um that the internet lost, that the internet went crazy over. Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah, and then before then, I think it was Resident Evil Village. I think it's been a while. There was a new Silent Hill not too long ago, a couple months ago. Okay, now, okay, yeah. See. I am confusing them. Okay, I am confusing them. I'm confusing Silent Hill with Resident Evil. Okay. Okay. Okay, see. My mind is playing tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me. Huh. Okay, well that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. because I was genuinely questioning. I was like, wait a minute, Resident Evil just released one like four months ago. How the heck? How in the heck do they have another one ready already? Like, yeah. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. There's a new Silent Hill not too long ago. Yeah. That's the new Silent Hill F game. It takes place in Japan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm confusing Silent Hill with Resident Evil. Yeah, to be fair. to be fair, I never really played. To be fair, I never really played either of them, and that's probably why. That's probably why I'm confusing both of them together, because I've never actually played any of them. Really, I mean, I've watched gameplay of them, but I've never actually played them myself. Aside from like a demo for like one, like many years ago in the past. to give you an idea of how long ago that was, it was when I believe, I don't know if it was Silent Hill, I don't know if it was Resident Evil, but I want to say it was Resident Evil, but I don't know. Now that I'm confusing both of them, it was the one with it was that one game. That one game where you're trapped in like a farmhouse with like a cannibal family or something. Something like that. And you kind of have to try and escape, and there's like all kinds of puzzles and stuff that you have to solve. Yeah. I played the demo for that. That's Resident Evil 7. Yeah, okay, Resident Evil 7, yeah. Resident Evil 7, the demo for that is like the only actual like exposure to like, well, that's like the only like, that's about as far as I've ever played a Resident Evil game. Was the demo for that when that was the newest one. But yeah. Gosh. Was it scary? The demo? I mean, a little bit. A little bit, but that's because I think a large part of it was because I was actually expecting something to happen, like something scary to happen, when between you and me, nothing actually happens in the demo. It's kind of purely atmospheric. It's kind of just meant to the demo just kind of unnerves you, thinking that something's going to happen, but nothing happens actually. Yeah, it's kind. It's like you hear a couple sounds and you don't know what caused them. Like it sounds like something's getting closer. It's like it sounds like you're not alone in like a room or something like that. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. But I don't know, now that I think about it. I don't know why, actually. I don't know why I've never actually played one of those games, whether it be Silent Hill or Resident Evil. I think it's just they've never really caught my attention. I've never actually admittedly just thought one day, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go play a Resident Evil game. Yeah. Like, that thought has never crossed my mind. And the only reason why I played that demo all those years ago is because it was free. It was free. And I was bored. And I was bored. And I was quite bored. But yeah. That being said, I have that being said, I technically have watched a lot of gameplay for them. A lot of a lot of gameplay for them, for both Silent Hill and Resident Evil. I think, and even a bit of Outlast as well. But I've never actually played them. Not because of the scary aspect of it. No, what? No, that's crazy. It's not because of the fact that they're scary. No, that's not it at all. It's not the horror aspect of it. It's more so I just have never thought, I feel like playing a Resident Evil game. I feel like playing Outlast. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I'm not afraid of horror games. No. 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 Mm-mm. I'm not afraid of horror. I'm not afraid of horror games. I mean, what are some of your favorite games? Um, some of my favorite games, like of all time. Gosh, um, some of my favorite games of all time. Hmm, hmm. Well, hmm. It's kind of like a mix of a lot of things. It's kind of like a mix of a lot of things. Um, and what do you call it? Kind of, I definitely played a lot of games when I was a lot younger. Definitely a lot more than I, definitely I, the, like, I definitely played a lot more games when I was a lot younger. So yeah, I do have a lot of, I do have a lot of games that I do have, I have a lot of games that I remember liking a lot that I considered my favorite games of all time. And I actually don't know. I actually don't know if I would like them now, but from what I remember, the games that I absolutely adored playing um up to present day have been games like what do you call it? Have been Stardew Valley. Um Stardew Valley is one of my favorites. And then um Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. One all the way up to Syndicate. One all the way up to Syndicate. Yeah. Which this is kind of a side, this is kind of let me go on, this is kind of a um wait, I am, and I will freely admit it. Well, when Miku just that about the scary games, about the scary games, that scary games, um yeah, I mean, yeah, about, is it about that? But wait, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, yeah. The Assassin's Creed games 1 to Syndicate. Which, by the way, let me just tell you, I was quite the Assassin's Creed nerd, the Assassin's Creed fanatic. Um, at one point, at one point, um, I was quite the Assassin's Creed fanatic at one point. Like, I lived and breathed Assassin's Creed at one point in time. To tell you that I literally played through Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. No, 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 multiple times. Assassin's Creed 1 I literally played like 7 times. And Assassin's Creed 2 I played like 6 times. And Assassin's Creed 3, which is one of my favorites, I played I played like 5 times, I think. Yeah. and yeah, I liked all of the Assassin's Creed games up until Syndicate, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey came around and ruined everything. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, but yeah, yeah. I kind of stopped playing Assassin's Creed around that time when Assassin's Creed Odyssey came around. And that, which also happened to be the time when Ubisoft started doing a bunch of questionable decisions with the franchise, with the series that caused a lot of long-term fanatics to kind of not like it. But yeah. Yes, that I am afraid of horror games. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, understandable. Respectable. Yeah. Horror games are definitely not for everybody. It's understandable. Um, um, but yeah. Especially because a lot of, well, hmm. I mean, hmm. Yeah, yeah. Horror games are not for everybody. um, and then, but aside from the Assassin's Creed games, like, all the ones that I mentioned, um, probably, I do remember absolutely adoring, um, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I remember that. Which I was exposed to Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 at a very young age. Admittedly, I play and admittedly I kind of I probably shouldn't have played those games um at 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 the at that as young as I was, and but I did, and I liked it. But yeah, I played a lot of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 back when those were popular. Um, and gosh, Red Dead Redemption 1. Red Dead Redemption 1. Let me tell you, I was obsessed with Red Dead Redemption 1 for the longest time. I've never played I've never played Red Dead 2, but I have played Red Dead 1. But um it's a little embarrassing to admit. But hang on. It's a little embarrassing to admit, but it's a little embarrassing to admit, but I also played Red Dead Redemption way younger than I should have, at too young of an age, or no, at I played Red Dead Redemption 1, um, probably way too young, because I never actually finished Red Dead Redemption 1. And the reason why I never finished Red Dead Redemption 1 is because there was a scene in one of the cutscenes that that I'm embarrassed to say this. That traumatized me at the young age that I was. And I just never continued playing that game again. Which is a shame because I was having so much fun with it up until that point. And then I got traumatized and then I just never played it again. But I definitely want to continue that game. Oh gosh. I just have never made the time to. But one of these days. One of these days. Did you see the recent Stardew Valley announcement? New update adds 2 more marriage candidates. And I am angry about who. I saw that, Miku Jazz. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that because a bunch of people were talking about it on Twitter, and yeah, yeah. Apparently, a lot of people are not happy about it. Apparently, a lot of people are not happy about it, and I was kind of confused about why. And then and then apparently it's because then then I kind of looked into it, and apparently it's because one of the characters is not too pleasant of a person. He's not too pleasant of a person. And yeah, people are kind of angry about that. That's as far as I know. There might be more to it, but that's as far as I know. Um, yeah. It's been a while. It's been a very long time since I've played. It's been a very long time since I've played Stardew Valley, though. Admittedly, um, I like Red Dead 1 more than 2. 2 becomes more of a Western life simulator than a game. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, well, I, hmm. I've actually never thought about it like that, but I guess I could kind of see where. Yeah, no, I can see I can see what you're saying. Yeah, it's because it's because Red Dead 2 is way more in depth, isn't it? There's way more to it than Red Dead 1. And Red Dead 1 had a pretty good amount of things to it. And Red Dead 2 just amplified that just times 10. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah. I can truly a world that you can get lost in. But huh? Which scene was that? Um Again, I feel embarrassed saying it. Because see it's so silly. It's so silly now thinking about that scene and how it traumatized me now. It's silly. It's silly. Like now I could look at that scene and it's kind of whatever, right? It's it'd probably catch me a bit by surprise just because there's a hard cut. But it wouldn't traumatize me or anything now. But back then it did. And it was that one scene. It was that one scene where it was that one scene where you're kind of it takes place in Mexico, um, and you kind of meet up with the main leader, or the main leader. I don't I don't remember. I don't remember what he was exactly. It's been a while, but the main guy in Mexico. You meet up with him, and it's it kind of like the scene starts off with like John Marston just walking up to like the place where he supposedly is, and then it just hard cuts to him having just having plaptastic smashing with it just cuts to him just straight smashing into this one into this one woman, like just fully engaged in sloppy 18 plus activities. And yeah, I was just caught so off guard and I didn't know what was happening at that time. That scene. It sounds silly. It sounds silly now, but back then. Gosh. Yeah. Um um yeah, but 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 what do you call it? But I would want to continue that game though. At some point in the future. And, and oh yeah. Yeah, that scene. Yeah, that scene. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it sounds silly. And I could obviously handle it now, no problem. But back then, yeah. And you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? I also played another game that also is one of my favorite games of all time. This one in my opinion is legendary. Um, um, but again, is a game that I probably shouldn't have been playing. Was LA Noir, or back then I called it LA Noir because I didn't know how to say noir. Yeah, I played LA. Yeah, yeah, LA Noir. Yeah, yeah. I know, a classic, legendary classic. Um, and I'm very surprised I didn't get traumatized by that one, especially because of how explicit that game can be. Especially when you enter the homicide department. um, and you know what's so fun? You know what's so funny? I actually looking back at it now, like thinking back to it now when I played that game, I'm surprised I understood anything that was going on back then when I played that game. But yeah, that game, LA Noire, I actually did finish completely. Like LA Noire, I did finish completely, from beginning to end, and it was amazing. Yeah, yeah. Um, hello, Tib. Hi. Hello, Tib. Hi. We're talking about my favorite games of all time. Yeah. Um, cause yeah, cause someone in Twitch, yeah, cause we're talking about my favorite games of all time, and yeah, um, LA Noire is great, but when it gets to the arson investigation part, it falls off. Really? Um, I kind of, well, I kind of like the arson department, actually. I actually kind of remember I actually kind of really remember liking, the arson, um, the arson department, like when it got to that part. I do remember though, I kind of didn't really understand a lot of what was going on, specifically in the arson department. um, like for the most part, I got the general idea of what was happening when I was doing the vice department and the homicide department. But then when I got to like the arson, there were like a couple things that I just didn't understand. I think when it started getting into like like arson for like insurance claims and all that, I was I'm embarrassed to say it, I was a little too young to understand that. So I think that's why, but yeah. I think isn't the arson department frog isn't the arson department like when isn't that like around the time when Cole Phelps, the main character, cheats on his wife and stuff? Isn't it during that, like roughly around that point? Or actually no, I think it might be before that point, like near the end of like the homicide department, because I distinctly remember that the partner that you get when you do arson um doesn't like doesn't like you very much. He doesn't like Cole Phelps, the main character, very much. like like straight away, he does not like him. um, not gonna lie, it doesn't ring a bell. Oh, oh wait, no, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, it's the detective game. It's the detective game that takes place in like the 40s that Rockstar made. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the detective game that Rockstar made. Investigating serial killers and murders is more exciting than insurance fraud. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, actually. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. It's like, oh yes, we have seven. It's like there's seven more victims added to the list. We have very few leads, but we're slowly inching closer to this mass depraved killer. And then the arson department is like, it's like, well, we think that he burned down this house to get the insurance claim, so that he could then buy a home in this part of the city or something, and yeah, yeah. I never thought about it like that, but yeah. I I guess you're right. um, I wish the whole game was about the murder investigations. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but didn't they wasn't wasn't the arson department like wasn't that like the next big thing? Because technically you're kind of like with every department you're kind of going higher up. You know, you start off with vice and then you go to homicide and then the next thing is arson because I guess that's more um um like it's a more like I don't know, like it's more like a bigger deal, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I guess. Unless they what do you call it? Unless they demoted him and I just don't remember. If I remember, Cole is demoted to arson because of some screw up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, he was demoted. He was demoted, and he was demoted. Yeah, I don't know if it's because he cheated on his wife. I actually like something is telling me, like a core memory is kind of speaking to me in my head that he was demoted because, um, well, not so much because he cheated on his wife, but more so because he went and he kind of went and did some had a romance had a romance with a woman that was a suspect in a homicide case. Like I remember she was a suspect or something that he had to interrogate and then yeah, then got involved romantically with her and I think that might have been it. But yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So Elena War is another one. And then gosh, then another one that's one of my favorites of all time that I that I distinctly remember. um Gosh, I'm getting a little scatterbrained. But another game that I distinctly remember absolutely adoring, and it's an underrated classic in my opinion. Um have any of you Dearest Degenerates do any of you Dearest Degenerates um have any of you heard of a game called Bulletstorm? Bulletstorm? Because I distinctly remember playing Bulletstorm when I was a lot younger, and I absolutely adored that game when I was a lot younger. I had so much fun with that game. It's like kind of like it's like the best way I can remember. It's like Gears of War meets like it's like Gears of War and like gosh, how do I describe it? It's it's basically like if I remember, Bulletstorm is like a game where you're kind of like you're kind of like a space soldier or something, and then you kind of fall onto a planet. You kind of fall onto a planet, and it's filled with a bunch of people that want to get you, and literally the entire game is kind of like just you fighting your way out of that planet. Yeah, just and it's called Bulletstorm because it's literally just bullets all the time everywhere. All the time everywhere. But I do remember that I had a very interesting mechanic that I've never seen any other game do. And it's that and it's that you had a thing that I remember, I think it was called the leash, that you could you that was basically like you could like if you shot like someone with the leash, it would essentially tether it would essentially tether that NPC, and then you could literally do anything. You could like throw them up into the air, and you could throw them up into the air and shoot them. You could throw them into environmental hazards. You you could literally just throw them into the air and just for the heck of it. And there was no cooldown limit, so it would get very chaotic a lot of times. And yeah. I never played Bulletstorm, but I remember it was one of the first old school FPS shooters in a time when Call of Duty and other modern military shooter games dominated. Huh. I huh. I never knew that I never knew that it was an old school I never knew that Bulletstorm could be considered an old school FPS shooter. But you might be, yeah, because yeah, you might, yeah. I do remember Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was popular at the time when Bulletstorm came out. And yeah. And obviously Battlefield had its own thing going on. Um but yeah, Bulletstorm is very much kind of like one of those games that it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's very much like kind of like it's very much kind of like an it's like very much like a very fast paced adrenaline fun fun game that has a lot of bullets and interesting mechanics. Like I remember there's a point in the story where you have to control a giant metal bullet shooting dinosaur. you you can't tell me that you're going to take seriously a game where you control a giant remote controlled metal bullet shooting dinosaur. Oh gosh. Old school is a way that it's just about pure action. It it didn't have Tom Clancy-esque story. Yeah. Actually, yeah. I was going to mention that. And then I got sidetracked. I got scatterbrained. But yeah, it very much is kind of like it has a story, but the story kind of does come a little bit second to like all the action. Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's very much like not meant to be taken seriously. So yeah. Honestly though, I do remember it. That one immediately when I finished it because I did complete it. Immediately, like right after I finished and the credits started roll, I was like, that's one of the best games I've ever played of all time. But yeah, and then I'm going through quite the list. And then oh, I'm going through quite the list. I actually did not think it would take this long to get. I actually did not think that it would take this long to get through the my favorite games of all time. Um, um, but yeah, here we are. Um, but here we are. Yeah. Another game that I absolutely adore and I highly recommend anyone to play it if they haven't. It is an absolute masterpiece of a game. It's a game that I remember, like, it's, that game is absolute cinema and absolute art. It's, Fable 3. Fable 3. Let me tell you, I had so much fun. So much unparalleled fun in so many different ways with Fable 3. Fable 3 was one of the Fable 3 is easily one of the best games that I've ever played in my entire life. That game is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. Yeah. Um oh, I need, oh, I need to I need to link a song on the Discord now. Here I come. Drop your jaws to the floor. I'm riding on the might laser shooting dinosaur. Yeah, I've never heard of that song. Miku Jazz, please do. um, I prefer Fable 1 and 2, but 3 is alright. The guns were a fun addition. Yeah. Um, actually, I actually under under hmm. Actually, well, actually, I have Fable 2. I actually did play Fable 2 for a bit. I actually did play Fable 2 for a bit, and then I don't know what happened. Um, I just didn't continue playing Fable 2. I don't know what happened. Because I played it technically after 3. Because technically I got 3 first, and then later on I found Fable 2 and I was like, "Oh, if Fable 3 was as amazing as it was, I have to play Fable 2." And then again, I don't know what happened. I just didn't end up playing it for too long. And if I remember, Fable 1 was like a PC exclusive at the time, I think. It was like for like a I couldn't play Fable 1. I couldn't play Fable 1, nor did I have any possibility of playing Fable 1 because basically everything that you could play Fable 1 on, I just didn't have. So I didn't have the means to play Fable 1. But yeah. Yeah. The guns were fun. Although I do remember that the thing that I used most more than anything was magic. I do remember magic was like the main thing that I used. It was mainly like magic, and then second were like hammers, and then swords, and occasionally I used guns. Yeah. Yeah. The only reason why I remember that is because let me just say I absolutely love how depending on what you do in the game your appearance changes. I distinctly remember my Fable 3 character from back then being so pale. Or not, not he was so pale that he would actually glow. Like I remember I would like walk and run through like forests, through like dark creepy forests, and I would literally be like a lantern running through the forest because if I remember correctly, if you use a lot of magic in Fable 3, um your skin starts to have like an unearthly glow. And also you kind of start to like have like magic like magic signs or something like you basically start to look like a very magical kind of person. Yeah. And then if I remember, hammers make you brawny, swords make you kind of like tall or something, and guns just kind of make you a well-rounded person, I think. I'm not sure. I watched someone play one of the Fable games, and they basically became a real estate tycoon. Yeah, yeah. Fable had a lot to it. I definitely did not experience everything in that game, but I did complete the entire game. And every time I think back to like the story of Fable 3 and I think of all the different things I had to do in that game, it kind of does seem like a fever dream. Like it was so much. It was so much, but it was so fun. Yeah. 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 My the one thing I'm going to say, yeah. The the well, now that I think about it, um I don't think I ever if you know the Fable games, I don't think I ever unlocked one of those talking doors. Because in the Fable games there are like talking doors that you have to like meet certain requirements or have to do something that they ask in order for them to open. And I don't think I ever actually opened any. Like I don't think I ever actually managed to like meet the requirements or requisites or whatever or whatever it is that they were demanding from me. Did you see there's a new Fable game coming out sometime soon? No. No, really? There's a new Fable game? No. Really? Really? I'm excited. I actually did not know that. Yeah, the trailers are out. I'm going to have to look at that after stream. I had no clue. I I had no clue. I don't remember who made the Fable games, but I was so certain that the people that the what do you call it? The game developer or that made the Fable games just kind of went out of business or something, or they kind of like just were gone. Kind of like Valve. Kind of like Valve. Like you know how like you know how like there was never any other Left 4 Dead games because Valve um was gone. I thought it was the same thing. the I thought it was the same thing. But at the same time, I thought they kind of were happy with like Fable 3, and that's why they didn't make anymore. And yeah, if they were still around, I guess that's what I thought. Gosh, I'm going to have to look at that after stream. Gives Professor a forehead smooch. Mwahaha, please. Who said that you could give me a forehead smooch, Pancakey? Who said that you could give? Who said that you could do that? Oh gosh, but yeah, it's going to be a different developer, sadly. Oh well, gosh. Well, I mean, really, all I can say is I hope they do it justice. I hope they do the game justice. However it turns out to be, I hope they do. I hope they really do the game justice, and they don't do like a, and they don't do, they don't. I really hope they don't pull like a. Something tells me that it can't be that bad, right? It can't be that bad. But I really hope they don't pull like they. I really hope they don't do like a. They don't do a. They don't pull a Saints Row, for lack of a better word. You know the new Saints Row game. Or actually, it's not new. Actually, it's not new. It came out like 2 years ago, something like that. And I remember everyone hated Saints Row, the new Saints Row. Gosh, when that came out, I remember everyone did not like that game. And actually, if I remember correctly, it was so bad that it bankrupted the company. It bankrupted them. It's Saints Row in name only. It's nothing like the previous games. Yeah. I I I rem- I remember I remember I looked up because I kept on hearing different people talking about how terrible that game was, and I kind of was like, surely it can't be that bad. And I kind of looked up a bunch of reviews and gameplay of it, and it was that bad. It was that bad. Yeah. Although although I hate to say it, I really hate to say it, but um well, I really hate to say it, but technically I have played a Saints Row game, and I it was fine. It was all right, but it definitely did not meet my expectations. And it definitely wasn't. It's definitely not a game that it's definitely not a game that is as good as I thought it was going to be. And that was Saints Row the Third. Yeah. I distinctly remember Saints Row the Third. I played Saints Row the Third with such high hopes, and it just did not deliver. It did not deliver. mainly because Mainly because it was kind of the main thing that I did not like about Saints Row the Third is that all the story missions for like or I don't or all the story missions when I was playing the game were mainly just nothing but mini games, basically, over and over and over again. It was like mini game, mini game, mini game, over and over and over again. And I wanted like an actual like an actual like story. I wanted like an actual like cinematic mission or something. I guess kind of reminiscent of Grand Theft Auto, for lack of a better word. And it was no, just mini game again, again. And they weren't even like a new mini game every time. It was like recycled mini games over and over and over again. um, you would probably like GTA more. Yeah, 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 yeah. I found that out the hard way. It's still a fun time. It's still a fun time every now and then, but yeah. I got gifted Saints Row the Third. I played it. I liked it alright, but I had no desire to play any other games in the series. Yeah, that's kind of how it was for me too. That's kind of how it was for me too. Like I played it. It was alright. It was a little bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie, in the whole like minigame thing that I'm describing. Um and then it kind of left me not really wanting to play any of the other games. At least not any of the ones that came after, which I believe were just Saints Row the Saints Row where they become superheroes. and then and then Saints Row Gat out of Hell, I think. I think that's what it was called. But even now, when I think a lot of people that were into Saints Row, I distinctly remember that a lot of them didn't like that one either. I don't know, but that I don't know. Yeah. Um. um. Well, anyway, but gosh. Anyway, aside from that, let me think. Well, those are all the. Aside from that, those were kind of like all the main games. Yeah. Aside from that, those were a majority of like my favorite games of all time. From back when I was like a lot young. From way back. From way back. Yeah. Um. Although. 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 Um. Although. I do remember playing Mafia 2. Yeah, since we're on the topic of like games kind of like Grand Theft Auto and what have you, I do remember playing Mafia 2. I remember that. And that game was amazing. That game was amazing. I really like that game a lot. That one I honestly could probably consider a favorite game of mine. And even and this might be a bit of a controversial opinion, even Mafia 3. I know. Mafia 3 is a Mafia 3 is a very Mafia 3 is a game that's kind of, from what I've seen, Mafia 3 is either you really like it or like, well, no. Mafia 3 is kind of a game that a lot of people like and a lot of people don't like. Mafia 3 weirdly kind of did grow on me eventually. But that being said, it kind of doesn't feel like the previous games either. It really kind of doesn't. I love Mafia 1 and 2. I've never been able to play Mafia 1. kind of because of the same reason as Fable 1. It just at the time that I was playing Fable, no, at the time that I was playing Mafia 2, I just didn't have the means to play it. Now I could though. But yeah, Mafia 3 though eventually did grow on me. Eventually it did grow on me, but it very much doesn't feel like the previous games. Yeah, and if it kind of feels like its own standalone, kind of, somewhat. Especially because the mechanics are different and there's a whole bunch of things that you can't do that you could do in Mafia 2, and for whatever reason the game developer felt it necessary to remove them. But aside from those things, it was fine. It was all right near the end. Mafia 3 starts very strong with the heist mission, but it devolves into the typical open world slop. Yeah, I think the reason why I kind of did eventually end up liking Mafia 3 and why it kind of did eventually grow on me, um, is because it kind of, I'm not even going to lie to you, it kind of started to feel like Assassin's Creed. It kind of weirdly started to feel a little bit like Assassin's Creed, and that it was kind of like you could either go in loud or you could go in quiet and sneaky. And yeah, again, I was a very big Assassin's Creed nerd back then. I was like a very big Assassin's Creed fanatic back then. And so, yeah, I kind of eventually it did grow on me. Eventually I didn't mind it. But yeah. Mafia 2 though is definitely better than Mafia 3 though. That there's no question about that. Um but yeah. Um aside aside from those games, yeah, those are the main ones, really. Those are like the main ones. Those are like the main games, yeah. That I would consider my favorite. And more modern games that I would consider my favorite, and by modern I mean I discovered them a lot later, would probably have to be easy would probably have to be Easy Delivery Company. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. I did play more of Easy Delivery Company after I stopped streaming it, because it's genuinely a very cozy, fun game. I actually really like it. And also probably like Tohu Mistia. Tohu Mistia's Izakaya. That's a good game. I like that game a lot. It's just it's a cooking game. It's a cooking game with tofu characters, but I like it a lot. Yeah, I would consider that a favorite of mine. And yeah, that would basically be it. Yeah. That would basically be it. Yeah. I do have to. Yeah. But yeah, those are my favorite games of all time, as far as I can remember. I'm probably forgetting like one or two or maybe three, but those are like the main ones that I can remember right now. Yeah. um. Although, wait, no, wait. I have one more. Um. I have one more. Actually, no. I have two more. I have two more. I do remember I really liked Halo Reach. I do remember I liked Halo Reach back then. Back then. I never actually finished playing it though, because something bad happened. I never finished playing Halo Reach because something bad happened and the disc was ruined. And Jake and Dexter 2 is baby's first GTA. Oh, I remember Jake and Dexter. I never played it, but I remember it. I remember seeing it. I remember seeing Jake and Dexter, but I never actually played it myself. Reach was the last good Halo game. Was it? Was it? I remember back. I kind of like weirdly have like a memory of like Halo Reach not being that popular back then. Yeah, I weirdly have like a distinct memory of Halo Reach just not being that popular back then, as compared to like Halo 3 and that kind of thing. But yeah, yeah, I really liked Halo Reach. I remember that. But again, I never finished it because the disc got ruined. Um, I miss Halo Reach so much. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a really fun time. It was a really good game. I don't I don't I'm kind of sad. I remember I was sad though that I couldn't finish it back then. Which at this point I might as well say why. At this point I might as well say why I couldn't finish it. I keep saying that the disc was ruined, but I'm not explaining why. So the reason why I could never finish the reason why I could never finish Halo Reach is because um I was playing Halo Reach, and at the time I was playing it on Xbox 360. Okay, and I had one of those the what do you call it, the charging packs or whatever, and I had it connected. I had it connected to the back of the Xbox 360 as you were supposed to do back then. Um, and I remember, and I remember that I went up to go get something, I think probably to like eat or drink, and I ran and I tripped over the wire that was connected to my controller charging it, and my entire Xbox 360 fell off of where it was sitting and fell and crashed right onto its side. And Halo Reach happened to be inside. Yeah. And then after I got it back running again, no matter what I did, the disc would just not work anymore. The disc would just it was fine. There was no scratches or anything. There was like maybe like a dent. No, not even a dent. There weren't any scratches or any physical damage, but for whatever reason, the game disc just did not register. It did not work after that. I was so sad. I was so sad. I was so sad about that day. I remember. um, no, I know, Marcy, I know. Um, I need to find a way to play that PSP only Assassin's Creed game. Oh, you mean Assassin's Creed? Oh gosh, Bloodlines. I think it was called Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I think, unless you're talking, I think. I remember there was an Assassin's Creed Bloodlines that was for like a handheld, but but yeah, that's the only one that kind of comes to that's the only one that kind of comes to mind. Um, aside from like the ones that were also available for like Nintendo Switch, I think no, there were never Assassin's Creed games for Nintendo Switch. What am I talking about? Um, but but yeah, um, when Reach came out, it was when Call of Duty was at its peak, so it had hard competition. Oh right. I forgot that that was like when that was like the peak. That was like the peak years of like Call of Duty. That was when like Call of Duty was like beloved by everybody. Yeah, that was like when it was like really like that was when like everybody wanted to play Call of Duty. Yeah. Um when Reach came out, it was no wait. Didn't Lego make a GTA style game? Are you talking about are you talking about Lego GTA? Are you talking about like are you talking about Lego GTA? Cuz like the meme, um I'm pretty sure that was just a meme. Or maybe it does exist, but it exists on like a website somewhere. unless 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 you're talking about like, unless you're talking about like the top-down GTA, which actually was one of my is another one of my favorite games of all time. of um, Grant, Grant, which was GTA Chinatown Wars. Yeah, I played Chinatown Wars so much when I was a lot younger. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars is an underrated GTA game by a lot. Yeah. Um I once had the Mega Man game collection and ruined the disc by using a nail clipper and clipping all over it. Not my finest youthful moment. Wait. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me, Marcy, um that you just one day decided to get a nail clipper and then just for lack of a better word, for the heck of it, just decided, I wonder how it would look if I trimmed a disc like I trim nails, and then just went all the way around. Gosh. Um honestly though, honestly though, when you're a lot young, honestly though, honestly though, I did a lot of things when I was a lot younger that made no sense, but I still did them anyway. But I still did them anyway, just because, yeah. Like like things that had no rhyme or reason, really. Um, you know, you kind of, it's kind of, but you still did it anyway because because the idea struck you. Like I remember this one time. This is kind of a bit of a. This is kind of a separate. This is kind of a separate thing. Um, but there was a like for example, there was this one time where for no reason at all, for absolutely no reason, I thought, I feel like I feel like taking the toilet paper in the bathroom and just ripping it just ripping it piece by piece like into little confetti sized pieces and then just throwing them into the toilet. And believe it or not, I did that. Like I literally just ripped off tiny little pieces, like confetti sized pieces uh, of toilet paper and just threw them into the toilet for no reason. And I literally did the entire roll of toilet paper into the toilet. And then for whatever reason, I thought it was a great idea to flush it. Yeah, the whole bathroom flooded that day. The whole bathroom flooded that day. And at no point did I think that that was going to happen. Gosh. Gosh, I had one scratched a disc, and I looked up online how to fix it. Someone recommended that you rub toothpaste into it. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that trick. I remember that trick that was floating around online that if you had a scratched disc to just get some toothpaste and rub it on it. Yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh. I remember that trick. Yeah. um and of course as a stupid kid I tried it. Golly. Gosh. Gosh. Yeah. I think it's yeah. I think it's obviously just because when you're younger you don't really measure the consequences of actions. You don't really measure what could happen. You just think, this would be fun to do right now. So I'm going to do it right now. Yeah, yes, and I did it specifically for that set of games. I wish I hadn't, because I want to play Mega Man. Oh gosh. Mm, I'm sorry, Marcy. Did you ever play it? Did you ever play it again though? Like, did you ever like in the future play it again? Did you ever like in the future play it again? Because yeah, because there are, because I kind of did want to play like again. Like I wanted to play Halo Reach in the future again, but I kind of just never did because yeah, I kind of just never did, but I kind of did for the longest time want to just play it again in the future. Mm, You know, I was kind of looking for like another disc for like a bit. I remember that. And then I don't know what happened that I just could not find another disc sold anywhere. um Found both games I was talking about. Lego City Undercover and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. That one was for the Vita, not PSP. My bad. Oh right, the one where you I remember Assassin's Creed Liberation. Yeah, it takes place like during 3, but like a separate character. I yeah. Yeah, I remember that game. Never played it, but I do remember I actually did watch the entire gameplay of that game. I watched the entire gameplay of that game. Yeah. Mainly because I never had a PSP or PS Vita. So the odds of me being able to play that were slim. and and Lego City Undercover. Lego City Undercover, I've never heard of that game before. I've never heard of that game before. Hmm. Hmm. It kind of sounds like you're playing as a detective Lego, like a detective Lego person. Yeah. Which, I mean, with a name like that. But, yeah. Um, gosh. I was going to say something else, and then I kind of, and then I got kind of a bit of nostalgia from everything. Hmm, hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, GTA Chinatown Wars is an underrated classic. Um, gosh. This is kind of a bit of a side tangent. I don't know what it is about DS games from back then, or well, I guess DS games in general, because I really don't. I they're not making DS games anymore. um, I don't know why, but for some reason, when it comes to DS games specifically, very few of them actually really look that interesting. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but 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 I have tried to like buy other DS games for like my DS Lite that I still have, and none of them really get my attention really all that much. Like there are way more Game Boy games and um and Game Boy Advance games that look way more interesting and fun. But yeah, I don't know if that's just me. but but yeah. Anyway, anyway, anyway. I think I think I think right now is the perfect time to maybe play a little bit of the what do you call it, the the spooky giantess game again. I, yeah, because yeah, I think right now is a very excellent adequate time to continue that. I I need a drink of water. D- DS games are fun. I especially remember a Lego game. Hmm. I never I never had a DS Lego game. I never had a DS Lego game. The only Lego game I the only Lego game that I ever actually played, but I was not good at somehow, um, was Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Indiana Jones was the only one that I ever played that that I never actually that for some reason I was never good at. And for some reason, I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking. I don't know if any of you remember, but I got Lego Indiana Jones as a bundle. I got it in like it was I have the box still. I have it. It was like a split. It was like a box that came with Lego Indiana Jones, and then was on the other side was Kung Fu Panda, the game. Yeah, it was like on one side you had Lego Indiana Jones, and on the other side you had Kung Fu Panda. The Kung Fu Panda game, I remember I played that game and beat it like 3 times. It was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game, and for some reason, some people on the internet say it was like a Dark Souls for children. I don't know. Like I heard somewhere that Kung Fu Panda was just challenging enough that it was like the Dark Souls for children. It was like a Souls like for like children. Yeah, and that might be true because for some reason I remember I tried to play Kung Fu Panda, the game, a lot later. And for some reason, I was actually struggling to play that game to the point to where I was like, how in the heck, how in the heck, how in the heck did I manage to play this game when I was a lot younger? Yeah, but yeah, um, but yeah, there's a level maker in it. In what, Kung Fu Panda or Lego Indiana Jones? Kung Fu Panda or Lego Indiana Jones. Gosh. But yeah. I had a bundle with Lego. I had a bundle with Lego. I had a bundle with Lego Island, and Rock Raiders. Those were good times. Yeah. Yeah. I've never heard of any of those games before. I've never heard of any of those games before. Lego Island, and Rock Raiders. Or is Rock Raiders even a Lego game? It must be, right? It must be. But then again, I don't know because again, I had a bundle that was a Lego game and Kung Fu Panda together, so I don't know. Um. Oh, and racers. Oh, yeah. But yeah, yeah. Golly, gosh. Um. I'm kind of, yeah. I'm kind of I'm kind of playing. Yeah. I kind of I don't remember what it was. It might have been. It might actually. Now that I think about it, it might have been Lego City Undercover, or the Undercover Lego game. Um, um, it might have been that, but I distinctly remember there was like a Lego game that I wanted to play because it was open world. Now that I think about it, and it was probably the one that you mentioned to me, Jazz. Now that I think about it, um, your VTuber reminds me of a wait. Your VTuber reminds me of espresso cookie. Huh? I, I remind you of an espresso cookie? Um, I don't know if that's a compliment, but thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment, but thank you. No, no, I'm joking, but yeah, huh. I've never been called an espresso cookie before, but I guess there's a time for everything. um, look him up and you'll see what I mean. It's a him. It's it, it's a him. Um, mm, okay, okay. I'll I'll is it because of is it because of the is it is it because of the color palette? Is it because of the color palette of my researcher outfit? Um, I'm going to look it up, but I'm going to look it up very quickly. Um, really? Huh? 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 Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, oh, okay. You know, I thought like an actual legitimate espresso cookie. Like I thought like an actual like espresso cookie that you can eat. But when I look at the cookie run, yeah, yeah, I guess I can kind of see it. I guess I can kind of see it. I guess I can kind of see it. This very well dressed cookie. um, but yeah, um, well, well, yeah. I guess I look like an espresso cookie, or the espresso cookie. Gosh, yeah, I can see it. I'll post it on Discord. Thank you. um, gosh. Okay, I think except more purple. Yeah, yeah, definitely more purple, and more red technically, and more red technically, because it's not just purple, it's also quite a bit of red. I say quite. It's also quite a bit of red as well. Um, but yeah. Um. Anyway. Um. Anyway, I think. I think. I think. I think. Bef- Before I lose my train of thought, I think we'll continue now with the what do you call it, with the Giantess game now. Yeah, just because I kind of do want to see what happens. I kind of do want to see what happens um from where we left off. from where we left off. Yeah, and I technically did say in the title, yeah, that we would maybe play it after, and I think right now is a fitting time. So yeah, let let's do that. Yeah, yeah. Even if it's just for a little bit. Even if it's just for a little bit. Giant sorta. Ah. Yes, giant sorta. Ah. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, yes. Giant, big giant sorta. No, not as big as she is, though, apparently. Or no. Oh, wait, no, now that I remember, um, she shrunk us. Yeah, this woman right here shrinks people to raise them. and then eats them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel there are probably way more tastier things to eat than just what you call it. I feel there are more tastier things to eat than people. But for some reason, this giantess for some reason this giantess would probably say otherwise. Oh gosh, now that I remember, hang on a second. I think I need to yeah, I think I need to change categories on Twitch or something. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Gosh, I don't know how to type. No, I got what you're saying. I understood what you were saying. I understood what you were saying. Beach on the beans. Beans on the wait, beach beans. I swear that name changes every single time. Yeah, I swear that name changes every single time. But yeah, I understood what you're saying. Anyway, where do we leave off again? I look around the drawer. There really are other little people here. There really are other little people here. I don't know how I feel about talking to new people right now, but I should say hi. Oh, right. We were going to talk to this person because we talked to this person last time. Oh, this save is a bit far back. Oh dear. No, I don't think the save is that far back. I think it's right where we left off, because we didn't talk with this person right here. We talked with this person. She was that rather rude person that wanted to escape, and she kind of climbed the iPod, the iPod, if you will, and to no avail. She didn't find an exit. And this person we didn't talk with last time. So yeah, let's talk to him. A quiet-looking boy stands in the corner of the drawer. He's fidgeting, like he can't relax. Is the music too loud, by the way? Is the music a little too loud? Please let me know if the music is a little too loud, because I don't think it is, but I'm not sure. Oh right, that's us. Hello? Oh, that's a cute shirt. That's a cute shirt. I'd wear that. The boy looks up in surprise. But the moment his eyes meet mine, his cheeks flush and he turns his head away. Okay, now what voice should I give this character? Hello. Oh no. Oh no, he's super embarrassed. Did you see that whole thing earlier? Sorry if you did. It's fine. I'm just not used to this kind of thing, but it's normal around here. He seems like a person that would talk very timid, so I think I'm going to give him a timid voice. I wouldn't want to get in the way of anybody else's fun. Thanks for that consideration, I guess. But, could I ask your name? My name is, Maru. You're Rin, right? Yes. I mean, not actually, but yes, and for as far as you're concerned. But how do you know that? Well, earlier, your voices were so loud that I heard. Anyway, can I help you with anything? I'm actually kind of in charge of this drawer or something. Anything I need help with? Oh, and then, could I ask you for some advice? Well, only if you have the time. Of course. What is it? I get chilly quite easily. When I stand around without moving, my hands and feet just get so cold. I think it would be fine if I could just wear another layer. Is there anything I could use around here? You mean some clothing? Maybe not. I've actually been having the same problem. Oh, then why does everyone what does everyone do when they need to change clothes? Well, I actually just got here yesterday. I decided not to think about you. I decided not to think about the fact. I decided not to think about that. I see. Things must be quite tough. How about fabric? Maybe cloth or paper. Anything is fine as long as it's thin and flexible. I like to make clothes, so I could try using some fabric to make something to wear. Oh my gosh, he's a tailor. Oh my gosh, he knows how to sew. I like this character already. I really don't want to see this character get eaten or crushed or thrown or I don't want anything bad to happen to this character. I don't want anything bad to happen to Maru. I don't want that. The new boy Maru seems to like making clothes. I'll look for something that I can use as fabric to put together a warm outfit. No problem. You need materials to sew? I got it. Let's see, hair tie, stretchy hair tie. Saiko uses it when tying her hair up in her room. A paper cup in a stack. It is milk. Bed. A highly absorbent and convenient scrap of paper. It is soft and it quickly dries out any night sweats. Tissue. A pocket-sized pack of tissues. It has a faint and pleasant aroma. What's this? A top. Okay. I'm going to guess probably tissue or bed. But yeah, probably tissue, more likely. You gave the tissue to Maru. I found some tissue. Would this work as a fabric? Thank you very much. Let's see. Paper fires keep warmth in well, and tissue doesn't crease easily. This is perfect. I think I can make a good outfit with this. I'll start right now. With this shape, I can put the edges together. Yes. Maru moves both his hands skillfully. The tissue starts to build up into a complex shape, as if he is folding an origami crane. Before I knew it, the tissue has become a comfortable cape. It even has cute frills and a bow. It has cute frills and a bow? Are you kidding? It even has cute frills and a bow? I like Maru. I like Maru a lot. What do you think? I like it a lot. I would totally wear it. Would. Wow, you're nimble with your fingers. You look cute in that, Maru. I appreciate it. I feel a bit warmer now, thanks to you. Would you like me to make you something too, Ren? Maybe a scarf? With that petite face and lovely skin, I'm sure you look wonderful in anything you wear. Oh. Gulp. Gulp. I can feel a hungry gaze from the wall. We must protect him. We must. We must. I won't let anything bad happen to him. I won't let anything happen to him. Oh gosh. I will try to take good care of him. Gosh, if something actually happens to him, I would die. I'm fine, thank you. I appreciate the offer. So, what do you think? Have you gotten used to this place? Yes, I think so. Though being shrunk so suddenly was a shock. Psycho has been kind. She told me she'd find a way to change me back, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, I bet she did. and I was anxious at first since there are so many people here, but I think things will be fine. Since everyone here seems to get along really well. Well, as long as he's relaxed now, I guess. I feel strangely anxious leaving as I leave Maru to his clothes making. I hear a sigh from near the wall that seems to be equal parts relief and dismay. Oh gosh. What voice did I give to this character again? What voice did I give to Chio again? I think it was something along the lines of like, Ren, are you free right now? I turn in surprise at the voice from behind me. As expected, Chio stands there with a smile. What do you want, Chio? What do you want? What's with that serious look? Don't tell me you found someone else to be your partner. That is none of your business, Chio. No, alright? Oh Ren, there's something I haven't told you about your job as the supervisor. I don't want to tell you here, so could you come over to the wall and we continue where we left off, if you like? Go ahead. Mara twists away in embarrassment, and I head back to the center of the drawer. She says she wants to talk about my job as the supervisor. Honestly, I'm scared of hearing what she has to say, but I need to rack up the courage to go. It seems important. Let me get a drink of water. What do you want, Chio? What do you want, Chio? Hey, how are you doing? I was worried you'd be feeling down, but you seem full of energy. Your voice, your expression, everywhere but down there, at least. Sorry to tease you. Don't frown like that, it's a good thing. So, this might be hard, but, like, I need to tell you about health. Health. Exactly, so people are more energetic than others, right? And some days you're just more tired than normal. That's all part of health. You remember what I said about Sayako raising us for her own purposes, right? She wants us all to be healthy. But little people whose health drops to 0 or under will pretty much stop moving. Like a puppet that has its strings cut. And that's no fun for Psycho, right? I guess not. Just keep an eye on everyone's health. Make sure nobody's health drops to 0, or worse. If it looks like somebody might lose all their health, you'll need to deal with them, and fast. You get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, you get it. You're telling me to hand over little people with lower health to Sayako, right? Or they'll have no use. Like how Taki made Moko eat the peanut yesterday, since Moko had lower health than me. Exactly. I knew you were a smart one. Your head's still quick even after all that moving your body did. I fall silent again in the face of Chio's smirk. I don't know how many times that's been today. Oh right, Kina. Gosh, what voice did I give to Kina? I remember she was rather rude, so, hey, you two got a minute. Oh, what is it, Kina? Don't mean to interrupt your fun, but something's up. Maru's acting weird. I tried talking to him, but he's not responding. Could you take a look, Rin? Kina calls out while I'm talking to Chio. Apparently something is off about Maru. I don't know the details, but I should check on him. Hi, Maru. Are you okay? Did something bad happen? Rin? No, I'm fine. Maru seems to be having trouble speaking. His feet tremble underneath him. But you don't look fine. You're shivering even with the cape for warmth. What happened? I just remembered. Remembered what? A memory from my childhood that I always wished I could forget. That's when I realized being shrunk and getting brought here, all of it was destiny. Destiny? Maru's words ring through my head. Could you tell me about when you remembered? No! Sorry, I didn't mean to shout, but I can't tell anyone about this. I really can't explain, but this must be punishment for what I did in the past. Punishment? Yes, and I realized one more thing. Because of that, we'll all be killed by Sayako. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's just calm down. You're right. Chio, when did you get here? We should calm down. Hey Rin, isn't it about time to eat? Sayako will probably be back soon. You don't have any time to waste. You need to choose who to feed, and I'm sure you'll make the right decision. I return to the center of the drawer. I know what Chio said. I'm sure that Sayako will kill us if I go against her will. But can I really do the job of a supervisor as Chio's told me to? Sayako will be back soon. I need to make a decision carefully. Chio says it's time to feed somebody. I need someone with at least 50 appeal, while making sure nobody has 0 or worse health. What should I do? Gosh, what do I do, actually? What do I do? Oh gosh. So oh gosh, apparently Maru has the least amount of health. Kina's fine. I'm kind of fine, and Chio's fine. Milk, appeal 20. Gosh. A little saucer of milk has to be finished today. Oh gosh. Gosh, I have to make a decision. I don't want to feed Maru though. Because the thing is, wait. I don't want to feed Maru though, because then Maru's gonna get eaten by Sayako. And Kina's kind of rude, but I feel like she has an action. I feel like she has a fighting spirit, and that could be useful. Should I just give it to Chio? Should I just feed? Should I just feed Chio? Should I just feed Chio and Should I just feed Chio and hope that she gets eaten? No, but she can't because her appeal will only be up to, let me see, 20, 30, 40. But what happens if no one's appealing for today? What happens if no one is appealing on this day? Like, does Psycho really need to eat one person every single day? Here, Chio. Really give the milk to Chio? Appeal 20 plus 40 plus 20. Yes, you gave the milk to Chio. I approach Chio with the plate of milk. Her eyes grow wide. I'd like you to drink this milk, Chio. What do you think? I see. If that's your decision, I'll accept it. Thank you, Ren. I'm sure it was a hard decision. You've given it your all. With resignation, Chio draws her face closer to the rim of the milk plate. Oh gosh. Then she nods as if she has accepted her fate and begins to lick up the milk. What is it? I'll blush if you keep looking at me like that. Oh, sorry. I turn my face down and away, just as I was told, but I look up and I notice a strange presence, and I find Maru standing there, his face grim. Maru? What's wrong? Why do you look like that? Milk. I knew it. This is a punishment. Saiko's gonna kill all of us. Maru's voice is almost too quiet to hear. His whole body shakes violently. Even after I call out to him, he just shakes his head slightly. His lips keep moving as he mumbles. I don't know what to do. Just as I approach Maru to try to shake him out of it, a low muffled vibration reverberates from a distance, the sound of heavy footsteps. There's no mistaking it. Sayako has returned to her room. She walks through the room with even breaths. Every step she takes shakes the drawer like an earthquake, each tremor growing larger and more violent than the last. Soon, they become too strong for me to stand. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. Oh no, I think I messed up. Oh no. Next I hear the creak of something moving. Then a tremendous commotion that shakes the whole room. As the room we're in, the second drawer of a desk is pried open by Saiko's fingers. Oh no. Oh no. Hello, cute little people. Were you good today while I was away? Sorry I'm late today. I took a little detour before coming back. But the wind was strong, so now I'm cold. And just a bit hungry. Oh no. Oh no. Could I have another one of you today as a treat? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Why did she have to say that? Her unthinkably large fingers fill our vision. They wander for just a moment, as if carefully making a decision. Oh no, why did she have to say that? And then return to the sky, empty-handed. Nobody's making my mouth water today. Hey, Rin. I suppose you were just an ordinary human after all. Huh? Whatever, I don't need any of you anymore. Okay, okay. Okay, so I have to feed somebody. I have to feed somebody. So I have to feed somebody. Gosh. And I have to feed somebody, and it has to be someone that Psycho will actually want to eat. Otherwise, it's game over. So I did mess up, okay? Oh gosh. I don't want to give it to Maru, even though apparently he did something bad in his past. And Kina's rude, but I don't think she deserves that. And Chiyu just leads to game over right now. Oh gosh, okay. Okay, I'm going to use a scientific method again this time, because I can't decide. Paper, rock, scissors. Oh gosh. But then again, Maru's very low on health. If I don't feed him, he might die. Oh gosh. But then his appeal will be to 55. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm not happy about this decision. Huh? What are you bringing milk for? Trying to be nice? I don't actually like milk though. Yeah. Trying to be nice. I can hear my heart thumping. You might not like the taste, but could you drink all of it for me to keep up your health? Fine. I'll give it a go. Health's important, like you say. Hina bends down over the rim of the plane and brings her head closer to the milk inside. She laps up the liquid with her tongue like a cat would. This post is really embarrassing for me. Could you at least look the other way while I'm drinking? Sorry. I turn my face down and wait just as I was told, but I look up and I notice a strange presence, and I find Mar standing there, his face grim. Mar, what's wrong? Why do you look like that? Milk, I knew it. This is a punishment. Psycho's gonna kill us all. Mario's voice is almost too quiet to hear. His whole body shakes violently. Even after I call out to him, he just shakes his head slightly, his lips moving as he mumbles. I don't know what to do. Just as I approach Mark to try to shake him out of it, a low muffled vibration reverberates from a distance, the sound of heavy footsteps. There's no mistaking it. Sayako has returned to her room. Sayako walks through the room with even breath. Every step she takes, she shakes like the drawer. She shakes the drawer like an earthquake. Every tremor grows larger and more violent than the last. Soon they become too strong for me to stand. I find myself crouching on the floor. Next, I hear the creak of something moving, then a tremendous commotion that shakes the whole room. As the room we're in, the second drawer of a desk is pried open by Saiko's fingers. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh gosh, I don't want to look. I like cute little people where you could while I was away. Sorry I'm late today. I took a little detour before coming back, but the wind was strong, so now I'm cold. And just a bit hungry. Could I have another one of you today as a treat? Gosh. Saiko's hand comes down into the drawer. Her unthinkably large fingers fill our vision. They wonder for a moment just carefully as if making a decision. And then they stop, right in front of Kina's body. Oh, let me go. Her gigantic fingers wrap around Kina's tiny arms and legs and carry her up into the sky. Oh, gosh. Rin, what's up with him? I look where Saiko's pointing and see Maru, whose expression is lifeless as he stares out at nothing. Everyone's gonna die. We'll all be killed. He's useless to me like this. Rin, I need my dear little people to be full of energy. If you can't even do this much, then I don't need you in my world. Okay, so I have to pick Maru. I have to give the milk to Maru. Okay, I have to give it. I have to give it to Maru. There's no other choice. There's no other alternative. Golly gee. I need a drink of water. Alright, we'll do this and then probably we'll call it. Gosh. Really give the milk tomorrow. Yeah. Mar, are you thirsty? I brought a drink. What is this? Milk? Yes. There's some milk in the drawer. Do you want it? Should I really be the one to drink this? Yes, I'd like you to drink this tomorrow. No, I don't actually, but the game won't let me. It's the only option, alright? I've experienced what happens when I pick the others, alright? I'm sorry. If you can. I can hear my heart thumping. Okay. Mar bends down over the rim of the plane, timidly peers inside. Then he makes a small nod as if he draws up his resolve, and laps up the liquid within with his tongue like a cat would. As Maru drinks, his trembling worsens. The eyes he had closed are now wide open. I knew it. What? This is no coincidence. Everyone's going to be killed, all because of me. It's exactly like it was in my old memory. What do you keep yapping about? Stop talking about us getting killed. It's bad luck. I guess I need to explain. It's embarrassing, but please prepare yourselves. We're going to die here, covered in pee. What? I'm sorry, what? We'll be thrown into an ocean of yellow and drown. Pee. I know it's embarrassing and awful, but it's going to happen. It's punishment for what I did in the past. When I was in elementary school, I drank a lot of milk. I think a cold was going around, so there was extra milk left over at lunch. I used to love milk, so I drank a ton of it. But then, on the way home, I just couldn't hold it in, and I ran into the bushes and did my business. I held it in as long as I could, but it kept coming out. I couldn't stop, but I was worried I'd get my feet wet, so I looked at the ground, and it had turned into a little river flowing down toward an anthill. The liquid just swirled right into the hole, like the drain in a bathtub. And then I started using it as a Is this the bad thing that you apparently did in your past? Mario, the apparently atrocious thing in the past that you did that you're gonna get punished for? You peed on an anthill. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I can't make any excuses for what I did. I think it was just entertainment for me. Finally, the hole filled up and the dirt collapsed to form a lake. Before I noticed, a puddle had formed and little bubbles started rising, along with what looked like white ant eggs. That's when I realized I had stolen the lives of a whole nest of insects and enjoyed it like a game. Ever since then, I haven't been able to drink milk, and I grew to hate violence. Wherever the memory comes back to me, I'm filled with regret. But I'd forgotten recently, and now I've been shrunk. Maru, you are too. Maru, You're way too precious to be down here with us. You're way too precious to be here with us. At first I thought it was just a coincidence, but now I know this is my punishment because I've forgotten my past sin. I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Mars starts sniffling just as I begin to wonder how I should comfort him. A low muffle reverberates from a distance, the sound of heavy footsteps. Oh no. Sayako walks through the room with even breaths. Every step she takes, the drawer like an earthquake, every tremor growing larger and more violent than the last. Soon they become too strong for me to stand. I find myself crouching on the floor. Next I hear the creak of something moving, then a tremendous commotion as the room we're in, the second drawer pried open by Sayako's fingers. What are you smiling at us for? Gosh golly gee. I would have really liked to Mara's too precious to die. I thought when Maru was talking about his past, he was actually like he actually did something serious. But no. He literally feels bad and feels that he's being punished because he peed on an anthill. Oh gosh. I would have it any other way, but apparently this is literally the only way. I tried feeding Chio and she wouldn't take it. I tried feeding Kina and she ate Kina but then killed us all anyway. So there's really no other option but then to pick Maru. Her unthinkably large fingers fill her vision, then wanders for just a moment, and then they stop right in front of Maru's body. Ah, stop. Please. Sayako, please reconsider. I know the truth. You're planning on killing all of us. You trapped us in this small place so that you can pee on top of us. And we'll all drown to death, stuck in this drawer. I'm sorry for what I did before, so please don't be so cruel. Huh? Wait, this isn't what I thought. No, stop. I'm gonna cry. You're so full of energy and fun. Shut up, Sayako. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, precious little being. The 10 minutes we knew you were nice. Oh well, goodbye. Gosh. Again, if I could have kept him alive, I would have. But the game wouldn't let me. But the game didn't let me. And that taste, a hidden flavor within a soft interior. Just scrumptious. Hey Rin, you did wonderful today. I can tell you were really trying. Good job. Let's talk again later. I hate you so much, Sayako. Yes, please. I hate you so much, Sayako. Okay, well, we'll maybe play through this dialogue, and then we'll maybe call it here for today. What do you think time is? I don't know. Yeah. It was an odd question, Sayako. You cruel being. That's so. What did I do now? Oh gosh. All these wrong answers. It's no fun talking to you now. Okay, one more time and then we'll call it for today. Hey, yeah? What do you want, Sayako, you cruel sadistic being of the... What do you think time is? Sorry. I just think about it sometimes when I study recently. Oh gosh, okay. The geometry of space-time. The second law of thermodynamics. I see. But the past is the past. Memory is memory. Don't you agree? Yeah. What is it? Now she's speaking nonsensical jibber-jabber. Hey, do you have memories you want to forget too? No, I don't. Yeah. Oh gosh, I think I picked the wrong answer again. Since you have amnesia, you don't have memories you could forget. Yeah. I actually forgot about that. I actually forgot about that part. And that was a happy little accident. For some reason, I'm a bit envious. Sometimes, a thought comes to me. You know how you delete messages on your phones with a button? Yeah. What of it? I wish I could get rid of my own memories as easily as that. Maybe I could be reborn as something else then. Yeah, sure. Oh no, I think I picked the wrong answer. I'll keep that in mind since you've experienced amnesia, yourself and all. Are we done now, Psycho? I'm a little sleepy now. Let's call it a day. Rin, you should get some sleep too. Thanks. Okay. Okay, well, let me just save the game really quickly. One more time. Okay, and with that, I think I'm going to call it here for today. Yeah. I actually also I'm going here for today. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about a lot of games today. That was a lot of fun, and we chatted and jibber jabbered nonsense as well. And we even played a little bit of this game. We even played a little bit of the of this game today. Yeah, we actually managed to fit that in. And yeah, yeah, it was nice chatting with you today. Bye, Frog. Bye. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good fantabulistic day. Yeah, I hope you all had. I hope all of you, dearest degenerates, had a fun time. I really appreciate all of you spending time with me, and yeah, I hope all of you have a fantabulistic, plaftastic day. Yeah, and let's hope. I swear, let's hope this stream actually saves on YouTube. Let's hope. I'm hoping so hard that it actually does save. All right, but anyway, have a fantabulistic, plaftastic day. We've survived another sudden death small talk encounter. Yes, we did. Alright, good stream. See you next time. Okay. Anyway. By my my degens. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Oh. Hang on, let me just. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye.